Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to be getting connected with Nikola Tesla today. I have a very specific scientific question, and I'd really like to see what comes through on this. So I'm going to read the question, and then I'm going to be getting connected. Okay, so could you please ask Nikola Tesla about the following invention? There is a device possible which would be able to integrate and neutralize all harmful signals, Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G, into the Earth's resonant field. It should be a certain algorithm revolving around the Shumann Resonance. Could you please ask Mr. Tesla about the specifics of the signal / algorithm to be used? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and relax. I'm just going to absorb this information just a little bit longer here. Wanting to integrate, neutralize harmful signals into the Earth's resonance field, working with Shumann Resonance. Wanting to know the specifics of the signal algorithm. Okay. All right, let's see what comes through. So right now I'm going into there's a line that goes up, and then a line that goes down over here, and then a line that goes over there. So there's 3 lines that come into the center. And there's a big round circle, and the lines are white and the big round circle is black, but you can go into the circle and it becomes a tunnel. There's something important about the lines because these two create a triangle, and then there's this one, but they keep seeming to be kind of off. So the lines are kind of changing their angles. They're not staying consistent in where they're originally placed. Nikola Tesla shows me that he's taking the top off of this, and we're just going to get rid of those white lines altogether, and we're just going to work with the black tunnel. That's all we're going to work with, he says. And he wants me to point out that when he lifted the top off of this, it looked like the top of an old trash can, like Oscar the Grouch would live in the trash can. It looked like one of those trash can lids. And he shows me that when we dive into this dark tunnel, he shows me this mucky energy, and it's stinky, and it's just like where Oscar the Grouch would live. It's just very like living in a garbage dump. That's what it's like in here. It stinks. And he asks me, how long, Abby, could you live in a trash can? I say, well, hopefully I don't have to ever know the answer to that. Let's just say 1 second. Exactly my point. Nobody wants to live in a trash can. And he even questions whether Oscar the Grouch actually wants to live in a trash can. And it makes him very sad. Because he says that when we have physical garbage, where do we hide the physical garbage? But when we have energy garbage, where do we hide that? Where does the energy garbage go? Where does it go when it's being emitted out of our energy fields all around us? But where does it go when it is all bottled up inside of us? So he shows me that on a level, we could actually see the energy field of ourselves and the earth and this atmosphere as full of garbage, energy garbage. And he says that we don't see the energy garbage, we feel it. And we can't even put our finger on the feeling seems normal, but it's actually coming from all this junk. I tell Nikola Tesla that as an energy healer, I know the power of mind over matter. So if I believe that I am a target, that I am that I can never grow beyond these energies that are polluting my energy field and the energy realm that we live in. If I choose to believe that that is more powerful than myself, then it always will be. So if I can walk around as my own energy field of power and to know that my power is strong, then what more do I need? And would I need such a device as this? Perhaps we need the human race to conquer themselves, to realize their own energy field and what their energy field is capable of. He's thinking. He's smiling. Let's see what he says. He shows me a world, and this is interesting because this picture, it's like a pie that's been cut in, there's 3 slices of the pie. And some people are going to feel a resonation with exploring themselves and energy work and that sort of thing. Some people are going to be interested in technology, and he says they're all part of the pizza. So it doesn't matter which island or which pizza slice you want to be on, because we're all part of the whole pizza. But there's going to be some people who are drawn towards the technology side of this solution. And so let's see what he says from here. He shows me a bright star in the sky, very noticeable, and the star then falls down, and it's literally the shape of a star, like a kid would draw a shape of a star, and it's bright yellowish white, and then it comes on down to the earth. But I never see it actually impact the planet. It's almost like it comes down and then it gently touches the ground and just stands there like a person, 2 legs, 2 arms, and then a head, and it's a star shape. And it wonders what its purpose is. The star wonders what its purpose is. And it finds itself being drawn towards water. And there's something about electricity and water, and how powerful electricity and water can be. And the star touches the water, and it knows now its power. When it touches the ground, it does not know its power. The star has to decide if it chooses to be all powerful or if it chooses to just be the star upon the earth. It's almost like the energy of the star is like, it's like a dried stick touching an electrical zapping wire. Just nothing happens. But the electrical zapping wire in the water, it just becomes very dangerous. And the star is between 2 worlds because it can't make up its mind. And Nikola Tesla asked if there's some way that we could bring the electrical water and the sort of nullified earth or the dried stick, if we could merge these 2 together somehow. He wants to know if there's some way that we could do that. And something about safe electricity. To harness safe electricity. So we still have the power of the electricity in the water, but it's in a safe way because it's surrounded by the dried stick effect. So it never gets out of control and it never hurts anybody. But what can we do with this type of electrical power? He wants to know. He's starting to show me a very small micro scale, just this pond and this electrical event. But then he shows me a very large scale of what is truly there. Like it's sort of like what we didn't realize we could use was actually the planet, the entire planet. We could actually use the entire planet. So now the small pond with electricity, now it can become a really big thing. We could actually harness this energy of the planet itself. But he shows me how using the planet's energy is actually quite powerful because the planet, there's something about the dried stick effect, but yet we're working with like gravity, or we're working with the rotation, we're working with this powerful movement. So we don't have to use the water and the electricity anymore. We can just use the whole planet. And okay, hold on a second. There's something here. So this is a little bit complex, so I'm gonna have to just talk this one out a bit. So he's showing me we're in the universe right now, just looking at planet Earth, and he shows me planet Earth is in motion. And then he shows me there's nobody on the planet right now in this picture. He shows me there's the polar caps. And so all of these continents start to fill with bodies now. But people don't seem to be aware of the movement of the planet. And why are they not aware of the movement of the planet? How is that possible that the planet could be so powerfully moving, but nobody's actually aware that it is moving? How is that possible? And there's something about the Oscar the Grouch energy that we're going to add to this image in order to take a look and just see what we could do with the earth, all the people, and then this energy, how we could create something here to overcome it, to transform it. I'm just watching. Something unexpected happens, and I start to see the planet actually stop moving. Just stops. But the people are moving all around the planet, and they're trying to find where to go. They don't know where to go. I mean, I literally see people in complete mass confusion. Total mass confusion. It's like they forgot their own identity. They forgot why they were here. They don't know where they're going. They don't know what their purpose is. They don't even know what they are. It's just completely everything. The earth stops rotating, and then suddenly consciousness becomes completely scrambled and confused. It's, for some reason, this is a really important perspective, a really important idea to think about. How the Earth's rotation also holds our collective consciousness, our existence in balance as a thought-based, as an idea-based thing, as an energy-based thing. So if the planet were to stop, how does the energy of the collective consciousness change? What does our existence become? And it's not a physical thing like, well, if the earth stops rotating now, suddenly, plants grow and this and that, and now we're going to die as a species or something. It's about energy, okay? It's about how we are thinking, how we are experiencing existence itself, and how the earth's rotation has an impact on the energy of existence, of our minds, of our thoughts, of our consciousness. This is quite strange, but all the people stop moving now too. And there's these green particles all over in the air. I mean, it's just green particles. It's like a crazy snowstorm, but it's all green particles, and they're spherical balls. They're like peas. Lots of peas. They're a little bit bigger than that, but they're all over the air. And even these are suspended. And nothing is moving. Time itself has even stopped. Something is important about this, but there's a giant lightning bolt that comes, and it strikes the North Pole and then goes straight through the Earth through the South Pole, goes straight through the center of the planet, at the top and through the bottom. And somehow the electricity brings the earth back into rotation and brings people back to life. So he also really quickly mimics this with a heart. So you have a heart, you're getting your like a quadruple bypass or something. They have to remove the heart, and but when they put the heart back, they just squeeze it a bit. But there's something about the electricity. So there's something about if somebody, okay, so I think I know what this is. It's an electrical device that helps your heart to start beating again. That's what this is. So he's showing me an electrical device to get the heart to start beating, and a lightning bolt that's so powerful it gets the earth to start rotating again. There's something about the power of electricity now that is important when it comes to movement itself. So we can't just be the power of the Earth's rotation. We do need electricity too. There's something about the need of the lightning bolt as well. So either A, we're the electrical pond. B, we're the nullified somehow the Earth's the power of the Earth's rotation. But then there's C, power of the Earth's rotation and lightning and electrical energy combined. And there's something powerful, and he keeps showing me this electrical thing that gets the heart to start beating again. There's something about this algorithm or this diagram, this representation, that has to do with how to purify the energy air as well. Let me see if there's a next step to this. I feel like there's still something missing. Like I still want more information. Okay, so he shows me how the big lightning bolt comes and then the planet starts to rotate again. What happened to the green peas? What happened to the people? He says people are electrical beings. We're not dry sticks. We're electrical beings. And he starts to show me how the planet and electricity work together. And how consciousness and thought and mind all works together. But the peas work on a totally different level of creation, creative energy. It has nothing to do with the human or the earth. It's just totally different. It's like an alien thing. The peas are like alien beings, but they're just like peas. They're little peas. And I see them having absolutely no relationship with us other than to just be existent in the air for some reason. And they're not reacting to the lightning bolts, the electricity, the movement of the planet, or the people. They're not changing. They're not leaving or becoming bigger or multiplying or anything. They're just staying there. They're not changing. Everything else is in motion with electricity and movement. But this is going nowhere. So we have to see that these little spherical green balls are also miniature planets. And how do we get those miniature planets in rotation? We must strike them with electricity, lightning bolts. And that way, then they can start rotating. They can start becoming alive. The heart can start beating. And he says dead things don't have heartbeats. And dead things are reflective of Oscar Grouch and the garbage dump. There's a certain type of energy that exists that tries to stop the heart from beating. But if we want to clear the negative energy from our energy fields and the energy realm around us, we must get the heart to start beating, even the heart of the green things to start beating again. So once that comes to life, then there's just nothing but light, electricity, and flow. And he's bringing it back to the pizza pie, where I was talking about, well, can't just the love in my heart, why can't I just believe that I'm more powerful than it? It's not just a belief, he says, you have to feel it in your heart. So it comes with love. Love is super important to this algorithm. Love is. And the importance of starting the heartbeats of these particles. But when we start the heartbeats of these particles, we're simultaneously starting the heartbeats of each other, because in the end, we're all part of a pizza. We're all part of this together. And he wants to know if that is a good enough answer. I need to chill out for a minute because I'm still kind of energetically connected here. I just want to see, I just want to leave this properly. There's yet just one more thing, because he says if we transform the planet, the image of the planet, into a heart, what does the earth now mean to us? The earth is about love. And we transform each other from Oscar the Grouches into hearts that are walking around the planet. Now we emit love. And now the air that we breathe is full of hearts, instead of like old garbage that transformed into like green spherical peas that are dead energy. And he shows me again, we need this device to start the heart. But obviously there has to be a safer method. We can't just strike people's hearts, because if their heart is beating and we do this, then we'll stop their heart. So there has to be a method that is the dry stick and the electrical pond. There has to be a method that works with both the dry stick and the electrical pond in order to make it safe. So that way it doesn't stop our hearts, but it ignites our hearts. So they start to beat brighter. And we start to feel our hearts again. We start to become a living human race instead of a dead human race. He says something about the Oscar the Grouch phenomenon. The grouchier we are, the more negative we are, the more we are killing ourselves. So in a way, we are becoming more dead. So we have to counteract that. We have to reverse that spin. We have to reverse the spin. So it must spin in a different direction, or it must be ignited. The heart must become alive. So what are you saying? So now he shows me an image of himself as a professor and many kids out there in this big room, college room. And they all get up from their seats and then they walk out. The students have an assignment now and they're walking out the door. And he smiles. So that's all I've got to say about that. It's kind of fun to challenge myself with a complex question. I really have no idea how to answer that. And just to see how I would translate a message from Nikola Tesla in order to help in the manifestation of such a thing. And perhaps you can have some takeaway from this, might inspire some ideas. Okay. Thank you for the question. I want to thank all of you too for watching. If any of you are interested in working with me one-on-one, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I hope you all have a great day.